Hey everyone, it's Charlene. Today I'm going to teach you how to make a half circle easel card. I'm going to be working with a few different things today. I have here the Lovely Layers zipper bag makeup add-on, a mouthful to say but so cute. There is mascara, you have lipstick, you have nail polish, brushes, a makeup palette, all kinds of different things. We're going to be focusing today on the nail polish. This set coordinates perfectly with the Lovely Layers zipper bag, which is really fun. You could create a little bag and personalize it and put all of the fun little makeup goodies in there. For my sentiment, I'll be using the Flawless Friend stamps and coordinating dies with all kinds of cute little nail and makeup sayings. So let's go ahead and get started with our card base. I'm starting out here with a scoreboard and a piece of 100-pound white cardstock. It's 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches. And I'll take this and I'll score it on the long side, and I'm going to score it right at 4.25 inches, which is the halfway mark, and going all the way across. For this next step, I'll come down to 2 1/8 inch, and this time I'm only going to come in and score about 1/2 inch going in from the left hand side. I'll do the same thing and come in about 1/2 inch from the right hand side as well. For this next part, I'm using a 4.5 inch circle die. I'm going to center this die just underneath the center score line, about 1/8 inch or so down from the top, making sure that this is nice and centered on this half of the piece of cardstock. Then I'll use some Low-Tack tape and tape it in place so I can make sure it doesn't move when I'm putting this through my die cutting machine. Now, what's going to make this card work is based on how we put the card base down on our cutting platform. So I want this top portion of the circle to get cut out from our card, but I don't want anything else to get cut out. So what I'll do here is I'm going to take my top plate and I'm going to very carefully line it up just to the right of that score line that's at 2 1/8 inch. So that way our cutting plate only cuts out this top portion of the circle and nothing else on the card. So holding my base in place, I'm going to go ahead and put this through my die cutting machine. Now notice I'm holding on to my top plate the whole time, and I'll run this through until it just goes over the circle. I'm not going to take it all the way across because I want to make sure that the inside of my card doesn't get marred up or dinged or nicked at all. So I'll bring it right back through, and then I can take it out and carefully remove the circle die from the card base. You just want to go slowly because you don't want it to tear at all. And then what you'll see here is I didn't get it trimmed quite far enough with the top plate there, so I'm just going to bring in my scissors and manually trim the rest. It's better to have to trim a little bit extra than have gone too far down. So then I can fold it over there right at the score line. Then I'll turn it over and fold at the center score line. And I'm going to use a bone folder just to make sure that that score is nice and crisp. So this is how it looks flat, but then you get this fun half circle easel card. And we'll do something to make that stand up a little bit later. For now, I'm going to set that aside. I'll get our nail polish die here, and I'm going to pick out several different colors of cardstock, chosen a nice rainbow here. And the only part that I'm cutting out for this part is the smaller little bottle shape, because that's going to sit inside of the bottle. That's the part that we want to have colored. So I'll go ahead and cut all of those out, and then I'll come in with some light blue cardstock. You also could use some vellum or something fun like that, and I'll cut out that main bottle portion. This I'm going to go ahead and cut out 6 times. I have all those little bottles now. I need my handles. I'm going to cut these from black cardstock. Again, going to cut those out 6 times. Now I can put together my bottles, and so I'll add some glue to the back of the nail polish color, and this is going to go towards the bottom of the bottle. It's a little hard to see on camera here, but there is an embossed detail there where the color should be going inside of the nail polish bottle. So I will then put some glue here along the top of the bottle and place my handle right over the top here. Just being careful not to kind of get it off center. So I kind of hold it in place for a second while it dries. I'll go ahead and finish putting together the remaining colors. I held off on doing the purple because I'm not going to put the lid on the purple one. I'm going to leave the lid off. And separately, I have cut out the little applicator stick as well as the little brush portion of the handle, and I did that from black and white cardstock. I'll start by dotting some glue on the base there of the white applicator piece and adding the little black brush over the top. Then I'll flip it around and add some glue along the top of the little wand, and I can just place my handle right over the top of that. Then I've laid out all of my bottles exactly where I want them to be on the card base. I've added some foam tape to the back here, and I'm going to try and get these pretty evenly spaced going around the arch that we've created there with the circle. So I added the blue, then I'm going to add the pink. I always like to either start with the middle or the two ends. In this case, I started with the two ends, and once I have those done, then I will do the center yellow nail polish, which makes it really easy for me to center that green and the orange. For our sentiment, I've chosen the Manny Thanks, which is super cute. I'll stamp this out here in some intense black ink, and then I'll go ahead and flip this over and press and lift that back up. Got our super cute sentiment. We'll cut it out with the die. Next, I'll add some glue to the back of the sentiment, and I'm gonna center this right over that purple bottle. So a little bit of the purple is kind of peeking out from each side. I cut out 2 strips of black cardstock that are 1/8 of an inch by 5.5 inches, and I'm dotting glue along one of the strips. I'm gonna layer these together. You could layer as many as you would like. I usually do 2 or 3 for an easel card. Now I have my card base open. I'm going to add some glue to that double layered strip of cardstock that I created. I'll lay this across the center of the card base here using my glass mat to line up both sides. And then you can see we have a nice little backstop for our easel portion of the card so that it'll stand up nicely. Added some foam tape there to the sentiment. I'm going to drop it right down here a little bit towards the right bottom kind of, and then I have my applicator, added some foam tape on there as well, and I'll angle this just to the left of my bottle. I did find some really fun paper. This was from the Let's Party paper pack, and I'm going to cut a strip of this. I'm going to cut it to 5.5 inches by 2 1/8 inch. I'll add some glue on the back here and line this up and glue it inside just underneath that black strip of cardstock that we put down. So here is our finished half circle easel card. This will fit nicely into an A2 sized envelope, and when your recipient opens it, they get this fun, bright, colorful surprise from the patterned paper, and then they can have it sitting somewhere where they can see it. I love easel cards. This is such a fun variation on an easel card. You can write your personal message up here on the remaining white space or on the back of your card, whichever you prefer. All right, I hope you all picked up some tips and tricks today. Please be sure to like and subscribe, as well as hit the notification bell so that I can continue to bring you more crafty content in the future. Until next time, happy crafting.